What's going on, guys, man? It's your boy Samad, man. We're doing a candle chat today. I have my cousin here. I love her so much.
Kalia, y'all.
Kalia. That's Kalia. So we're going to make today, I have the scent Blow Pops. What scent do you have?
I have Love Spell.
Yeah, so you see that Blow Pop, Love Spell. So we're going to make a couple candles. These are 8-ounce vessels. I already have the wax going right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our jars, and we're just going to have a little chat. You doing okay today? You all right? Yeah.
A little tired.
Yeah, you had a long road trip, huh?
I did.
So how's your new year going so far? Like, how is, you could just, you want to just put the alcohol in to clean your jars off.
I mean, 2026 better than 2025 was. So.
Yeah. Is there any pros, any cons?
I mean, I'm in a new city.
Okay. So how do you like that?
I love it better than I was. Atlanta is a lot better than Albany.
Okay.
Albany's real country.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot more connections.
Mm-hmm.
I can do better with my networking and meeting new people.
Okay. So what's been the biggest pro for you since you've been there?
Meeting new people.
So
in like all different walks of life.
Okay.
And the thing I love about Atlanta is very black. So I'm surrounded by my peoples.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, that's a little different, I guess, from the upbringing. You know, you kind of growing up a certain way and then now being exposed to that. I think being unapologetically black is good. But, with being black, you have a lot of different things that come with, because you're around black people that's like, oh, these are black people I want to be around. And you got the other black people that's like, I don't really want to be around them like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand that too. So how is it? Is it, as you said, you form a connection? Is it like friendships? Is it like relationships? Like friendships?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had 2 jobs since I've been up there, and I've made friends at every place.
Okay, that's cool. So, what about relationships? Have there been anything on that front that's going, or?
Yeah.
Oh, you sound stressed. You sound stressed by it. What's good? Is that a stress side? Is that what that is? It is. So it hasn't been good.
I mean, I'm still kind of dealing with the same person I was dealing with before I moved up there.
Okay.
But we've been like on and off.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some relationship stuff. So, so you've been dealing with the same person since since before. Mm-hmm. Are there new things that you're now that it's a new year? I mean, we're halfway through the new year. Are there new things that you're looking for? Like, hey, these are things that I want to implement in my relationship. Like, these are my new boundaries. These are my new like non-negotiables, red flags, green flags. Like,
I feel like now, even though me and her still like talk, we are exploring other connections.
Okay.
And
you love Island? I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
And with me meeting new people, the one thing that I am looking for now that I'm older is stability.
Okay.
I feel like, especially between me being 22 now, even though I'm still young and I'm not very stable myself, I don't want me to be better off than you, because I feel like sometimes they tend to pull you down. Right. I want somebody who is low-key better than me, because I don't plan on being in the same place I am now.
Correct.
6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. So I don't want somebody to be in a worse place than me, because then now I have to try to bring you up to where I'm at before we can grow together.
Correct.
So I want somebody better so that I can continue to, it'll motivate me to continue to work on myself.
Right. What does stability look like for you? Like, what is it? Just a financial thing? Is it a mind thing? What is it?
All around, honestly. Like, emotionally mature, stable financially, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like, because I don't expect you to be a millionaire. Like, we're still young.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to be completely like, I don't expect you to be completely like fine, like where you not struggling a little bit, but I don't want you to be completely struggling all the time. Right. Like, I understand that. At least be working. So even if you're working at like McDonald's, anything is better than nothing. I'd rather you be doing something than sitting.
So having some kind of like work ethic.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Some type of goals, ambitions, something that you want to do.
I can understand that. So what are some like red flag, green flags? Like, what are those? What are those things?
A big red flag is not having goals or ambitions.
Not having any goals or
like,
ambitions.
Being okay with being a bum.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So what is bum to you? Because I know it's different levels to bumhood.
For me, it's kind of like the not working.
Okay.
Couch hopping.
I can understand that.
You're okay with it. Like, you're content. Like, you're not trying. Like, I get if you lost your job and you're trying to find another job. Because it's hard out here.
Right.
It's hard to find a job. People say they hiring and they don't be hiring. Yeah. They'll let you put the application in and let it collect dust. Mm-hmm. But not trying. Okay. At least try. At least put in applications. At least go to talk to managers. Hey, I put in an application. Is it like, at least try.
Right.
Sitting on your phone, scrolling all day, playing the game, watching Netflix, watching Love Island, doing what you do, and knowing you ain't got no money coming in your pockets. Right. That's what it bothers me.
Okay, I can understand that. That makes sense. I think for me, if I can tune in on that one, red flags and green flags, I think it's not for me where I'm at now. I'm a little older. I'm 10 years. 10 years different now. Yeah, ambition is part of it. You still have to want something for yourself. But I think for me, character is probably the biggest thing for where I am right now. Like, I need people that's going to make my life easier, not harder. You know what I mean? Everybody, has some kind of baggage that I figured out as I got older. Mm-hmm. Like, it kind of depends on whose baggage you want to deal with. And I think a thing for me is I've dealt with my baggage. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever baggage I have, I've kind of dealt with it or I'm dealing with it. So I think your character and who you are is probably the most important thing to me. Money, yes, too, like, because you can't live without money. But how you treat me is probably the most thing. How you talk to me, how you respect me, how you respect my family, my friends. Like, how do you fit in that mold? I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I like people that's personable. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be a super duper friendly person, but you do have to be a person who's like, I can bring you around my family. You're not talking crazy to them. You're not being disrespectful to them. Yeah, you're not rude. You know what I mean? I think for me, that's probably the biggest green flag. A red flag for me, where I'm at is obviously communication. I'm at a point too where it's like when I'm communicating, I'm trying to understand, like, how do we find solutions to this? Like, I don't have time for arguing with you. I don't want to argue. That's exhausting. Everybody's going to have problems. It is draining. And when you're young, you kind of got time for it because it's exciting. Like, it gets the people going. But, like, when you get older, for real, it's provocative. It gets the people going. Like, you like that stuff. When you get older, man, you got to work all the time. You got bills to pay. You got stuff. I don't got time to argue with you. I don't. Like, I got other stuff I'm trying to do. I got other places I'm trying to get to. Yeah. And arguing with you is not going to do nothing but take time away from me and energy away from me from what I'm doing. So it's like, I don't really care so much for that personally. So those are probably my 2 red flags and green flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off of what she said.
Oh, you also could do your wigs too.
About baggage. Everybody has their baggage. One thing that bothers me though is not bringing your baggage from past relationships into this relationship.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, you got to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, before. And not dealing with it beforehand, or at least trying to acknowledge that it exists. Right. Trying to act like you're perfect and you don't have any issues, and you're not trying to work on yourself as an individual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. So we wicking this real quick. This is Wooden Wick. These are Booster Wooden Wick 3s. I get these from Macy's. Not a sponsor, but they should sponsor me. And these are crackling wicks, so when you light them, it's like a fireplace. These are 8-ounce vessels. These are salsa vessels, I believe, that I had laying around. So we're just going to wick those. We're still waiting for our wax to kind of cool down. We'll wick those, and then we'll start measuring out our scents. This is Blow Pop, by the way. And then she has Love Spell. Also, you know what I'm saying? It's a candle chat. So, you can sip a little bit. A little red wine. It's the weekend. So, okay, so you talking about relationships, red flags, green flags. So what is something that you're trying to figure out in your life right now? Like, is it relationships? Is it your own? Because I know you're talking about what other people have. What is something that you're trying to figure out for yourself right now?
Right now, I feel like my main thing is trying to figure out what path I want to go down.
Okay.
Because I graduated with my associates last year. My associates in health science. And my goal when I originally went to college was to go in some form of a healthcare program.
Right.
But the more I was in school, the more I just sat back and thought. And I was like, I honestly don't think that's something that I want to do. Because in order to go into a program, healthcare programs are really competitive. So you have to be on your A game. You have to put your best foot forward. And I honestly don't have my best foot to put forward at the moment. So I would have to do some work to try to get myself to a better place.
Right.
To even try to apply for a program.
Right.
And the more I wait, the more I'm not going to want to go back.
I understand.
So I'm trying to go back.
So what do you think you want to go back for?
Forensic science.
What?
Yes.
How did you get to that?
Yes.
So this is my first time hearing about the forensic science thing.
It's something that I've always thought about and I've always went back to.
Okay.
But the reason I didn't want to do it was because I didn't want to work with police.
You want to be the ops, the federales. I get that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's about what you want to do with your life. It's not really about what other people want to do, or want you to do with your life. And you can't really think so much about that when you're thinking about, because now we thinking about, you get to the point you start thinking about benefits and, you know what I'm saying, future stuff. You're trying to think. Like, one thing I thought about, and this is crazy because I'm 32 now, but one thing I think about is like even certain jobs when I got out of school, like people who worked at UPS and stuff like this. The guy I know, he got 10 years put in now. So it's like, he kind of worked the schedule he wanted, whatever. He got some benefits, but it's like if he decided he want to retire, he only got 10 more years. There's people who I had in the military, they got 10 years put in now. Yeah. So if they want to, or more than that, 10, 12 years if they went out of high school. So now if they want to retire, they only got 8 years left. You know what I mean? I don't have anything. I'm not saying I really care about that. I mean, you should. But for me, my life is just different. Great video. But for them, everybody's path is different. One, but you also kind of got to think long term too about something that's okay. If this is something I want to do, at least for a little while until you decide, hey, I want to do something else or whatever. But trying to build some kind of stability. But I mean, forensic science is cool. I ain't gonna lie, you just gotta do something and stick to it, honestly, and be good at it. Like whatever you're gonna do, that's all I say. Whatever you're gonna do, put your best foot forward. Know that you're gonna give it your all. Be excellent at it. If it's not something you feel like you're gonna be excellent at, don't even waste your time. But you do have to do something in the meantime until you can do the thing that you want. Yeah. But now while you're young, you got to. I mean, we all young, but now while you're younger, you had the time to mess up and stuff like that. As you get older, people don't really care about your mess ups. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to hit that for real. So. Making mistakes, whatever, now while you have something to fall back on. All right, so what's the hardest part about being an adult right now, you think? You're a new adult. What, you 22 now? You're a new adult. So what's the hardest part?
Man, this economy is trash.
Yeah. I think we both inherited a bad situation. I got out of college before you did, obviously, but you being one of them Gen Z people, y'all.
Especially being an adult after COVID. I feel like COVID is when everything really
I think y'all inherited a bad situation. Because obviously everything's good. You have good times and bad times. But I think right now you're just starting to be an adult. I think it's super, super trash because you're an adult at a very pivotal time. You know what I'm saying? With presidential elections and the economy and everything is crazy. And although you'll go through these things in your life, it's a pro and a con. The pro is that if you start like this early, you know that, okay, it can get better. The con is like you starting like this now, it's like bad. So it's like, dang, like it can make stuff look really bleak for real. It can make stuff look negative because you're like, dang, when is it gonna get better? You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand that. That is crazy.
Gas high, groceries high, and ain't nobody paying a livable wage.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, to be honest with you, everything is high. Hold on, I'm just weighing this out. So we're gonna do 10%. This is an 8-ounce vessel, so I do 10%. So we're gonna do 0.88. That'll be what it'll be for the cent. So you can just pour yours, and you just want to get 0.8 or 0.88. That'll be either 10% or 11% fragrance load. So it's already at 0. So you just pour it. Yep. Yeah.
You need a lot.
Yeah, you do need a lot. Don't be scared to pour, because if you go over, you pour it back in there. All right, yeah, 8.4 is cool. That's fine. So that's your scent. This is Love Spell, and I'm gonna do one. This will be Blow Pops. I got these off of Amazon. These are actually latte things, but I thought they was cool, so I just got them. The hardest thing about being an adult for me right now is just everything. Finances, being a family man, a parent, you know what I'm saying? Bills. What else? I mean, I think really not being rich, bro. I really think that's what it come down to, man. I should have.
The finances. It's like that's the main struggle.
Yeah, it's the finance. I think for me, the biggest thing was I wish I would have known certain things before that I did not know. But I think the biggest thing now is, for me, I tried so hard to do it the way that I was told to do it and do it the right way. And it didn't always work in the conventional way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you wish, oh man, I would listen to my parents. Sometimes I be like, they don't know what they talking about. And both is true. Sometimes I do wish I would listen to them. Sometimes they didn't know what they talking about. But I think for me, understand the reality of how long it could realistically take for you to put the pieces together. You know, if I was the type of person who, like I said, went into the military, or was like, I wanted to go, you know, get on the boat, or I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, do any of those things. If I would have been the person that, like, I want to do that right out of high school, I would have had some kind of foundation, because if you start your time early, you can end your time early. You know what I mean? Or you don't have to go as far financially to get to where you want to go. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something that's the hardest thing about realizing that as an adult, is that you do have your dreams and things like that you want to do, and you can do them, but you have to realize when you can do them and when you can't do them. You know what I mean? I think I just didn't understand. I know for me, it was more so like, do what you want to do, follow your dreams, whatever. And then when I graduated college, it's like, what you gonna do now? And I was like, follow my dreams. I mean, that's what I was gonna do. I thought that was what the point of this was, to follow my dreams. Like, no, you gotta have a job. No, but y'all told me I can follow my dreams and I can make money follow. No, you gotta have a job before you follow your dreams. Oh, I didn't know that. Especially like, now if I started to follow my dreams in high school and stuff like that when I didn't have any responsibilities, then okay, yeah, you have more time. But once responsibilities kick in, nobody's like, not often are they like, oh yeah, let me help you with your responsibilities while I have my responsibilities and let you get to where you're gonna go. They're not really doing that. It's like, all right, well, you got responsibilities. Yeah, you want to do that dream thing, but you got to put that on the side and you got to deal with reality. And I think that is the hardest part about being an adult for me, because it freaking sucks. Because the only thing I want to do is what I want to do. I don't want to do the rest of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just want to build a life that I'm proud of and that I'm okay with. And that's hard. That sucks.
And another thing for me, especially being young, is watching people my age do things that I haven't done yet. Like people I graduated high school with already graduated with their bachelor's, or some people are about to graduate with their master's. And we've only been out of high school for 4 years.
Yeah,
y'all engaged, having kids, getting married, getting houses.
And the crazy thing is that gap just like, it just widens. But see, some of the things, those people that's going to get married and stuff, 5 years, they might be divorced. Some of them might be together forever. I'm just saying, sometimes the relation, it's just so, once you become an adult, it's just so many different ways those things can go.
Things go too fast.
And it goes too fast, and life goes too fast. And you don't even realize it until 10 years pass. This person dead, this person divorced, this person got 5 kids, this person still ain't got no kids.
It's like everything moves so fast. Yeah. Sometimes I just be wanting everything to stop so I could just for a second.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you don't have that time to stop.
Especially now, because I think just the situations we inherited has been so tumultuous that it's just like you don't really have time. It's hard to breathe right now financially. You can't. You're underwater all the time.
You gotta be go all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I'm just gonna fill these up, and then what you could do is you can stir your sin into it. Let me just try to get as much in as you can. All right. Okay. All right. I'll probably put some more in there, but you can have that one. All right. So you got your scent right there. So what you can do, you can take this big ass spoon that I got off Amazon. I don't
like one of those spoons, bartender.
This is a bartender spoon. That's exactly what this is. And you can just kind of kind of stir your scent in there just for a few minutes, so that way it can kind of blend in there a little bit.
Pour all of it at once.
Yeah, however you want to do it. But you want to start because you want to do it while it's hot. And you just go in a circle. That's it. And I'm gonna do the same thing for mine. What's something that you feel like you had to learn the hard way? Like, what is something that either you wish you would have known, or something that's like, okay, this is like my aha moment. You know what I mean? It could be anything. Life, relationships, yourself.
It's not unicorn fantasy land out here. And it's not like the movies.
Right.
At all.
It's not. Yeah, I had to learn
at
that
all.
Too. And my mom would be like, oh, so you finally realized what I've been trying to say. And I'm like, yeah, but the way you were saying it, you just... But I think what I realized too is that you really, not only is it not unicorn fantasy land, but you really have to, let me try to put a little more in this. You really have to like prepare your kids for this stuff, bro. Oh, well, messed that up. Sorry. I get a napkin. You really have to like prepare your kids for this stuff, man. You can't just like I don't know. I feel
it's
like
sometimes parents try to coddle you when you're a child and make it seem like the world isn't what it is.
Yeah,
and then when you finally become an adult, it's like, oh wow. Oh.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. If you kind of shield your kids from the truth, you know what I mean? Sooner or later the truth is gonna hit them in the face whether you shield it from it or not. And you know, I've talked to your mom, obviously. But I realize that too, you know, sometimes your family, they do a disservice by it. And then when they do finally, like, you know, wake up and life hits you, they be like, oh, you realize what I'm trying to tell you? And it's like, well, this is not what you sold me. You told me I could be anything I wanted to be. And you didn't really tell me how much it was going to cost me to try to do so. You know what I mean? So, that's definitely a hard lesson I learned. I think another hard lesson I learned a lot of hard lessons. Really, probably the hardest one is that you want it done, you're going to have to do it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you really, and it doesn't mean that great people won't come along one day and help you, but you're going to have to do majority of the work yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you really have to lead with excellence and stuff like this. And this is why I think like athletics is so good for kids, as well as like, you know, being involved in things, because you learn work ethic early. Like, I'm learning that nobody's going to force you to work hard. Nobody. You have to really make a decision that you want to be great at whatever you're going to do. You know what I mean? And that sometimes you being great and you doing the right thing, that doesn't mean everybody else is going to do it. And it doesn't mean you're going to be rewarded for it right then and there. But you have to make a choice that that's something that you want to do. And as soon as I think I realized that, it kind of changed my life a lot, because now you become more accountable for your life. I think another thing that I learned is that you got to give yourself grace. You can't be hard on yourself, because you really do have a whole life to live.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm working on.
You got to give yourself grace. You know, I think, you know, you could be a slow starter sometimes, but I think part of it is because you was allowed to be a slow starter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't tell somebody like, take your time, and then go.
I don't know. I think the thing that I struggle with is knowing that the decision that I make now kind of impacts the rest of my life. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to make the wrong choice. Right. And then years down the line, I regret it.
But see, the thing is too, you just make a choice. You make the best choice, and then you make the next best choice. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, sometimes you don't even know what. I mean, unless you got common sense, like, okay, yeah, this choice is terrible, let me not do that. You honestly don't really know what choice is going to be a bad choice sometimes until you make it, and then you see the repercussions of it. Like, it's just like with dating, like, you learn and experience. But I think the bad choice is just like, okay, well, I done did this one time, and I see that it went terribly wrong. Let me do it again the same way, even though it went terribly wrong the first 3 times that I did it. I'm going to date the same kind of person and be in the same situation
That's what they say about insanity.
Right. So that I think is the mistake. But you can wake up any day, as long as you have a day, you can wake up any day and decide, hey, I'm going to make a better decision today. And that's where the grace, I think, comes in. It's like, all right, I just got to make whatever the next best decision is and kind of just go from there. You know what I mean? Like, even if I feel like I've been messing it up or whatever, you still have time, you know, as long as you're alive, you still have time for your life to kind of come together. You know what I mean? And ultimately, bro, if you don't get to where if you don't get to that place, if God forbid your time come before you know what I'm saying, you was ready, it maybe just not been for you to do. But as long as you try, you can get there. But if you don't try, you're definitely not gonna ever get there. So that's what I think. What are some of your like 5-year like plans? Like, what are you speaking about your future and your, you know, all these things?
I
what
hope
are some
to be
things
done with school and in my career.
Okay.
Not necessarily 100% completely stable, but at least in a better position than I am now. At least not working like bare minimum wage jobs so they really don't care about you as an employee.
Yeah. Making improvements. I understand. Yeah. I think for me, 5 years, I really like making videos and content. I think that's my thing now. Like, I think that's ultimately kind of where I'm headed. It took me a while to kind of figure that out, but I think for me, really less than 5 years, but just being able to live off the stuff that I create, man, and being able to create my own thing. Like, I think for me, my kind of goal is be able to make videos, let them pay my bills, and, you know, I can kind of go where I want to go, do what I want to do. All I got to do is post on the internet and create stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, that's a cool way to live. Ain't got to do too much. I like to keep things simple in my life. I don't like to, you know, because I save money, I invest. So as far as like my financial planning, I think I'm pretty good with that. It's just being able to live off of what I create. That's the ultimate thing for me. Because this other shit out here, I'm not good.
Yeah, no.
I don't do well. I've never done well with those things. So I'm working on it. So what's one thing that you're working on in yourself? Or what's something that you're working on in yourself?
Learning to not expect myself out of everybody.
Yeah, it take a while to get to.
Yeah.
That's a hard lesson to get to.
Yeah.
What am I learning? I think for me, this is good. What am I working on in myself? I think for me, it kind of goes along with that. But I think it's just to be able to accept who I am and be okay with that. Like, and what I mean by that is more what you said, like not expecting everything out, not expecting me out of everybody else, but doing things because I want to do them and not because of what everybody else might think or feel. Yeah. Like making a decision because I feel like when I do those things, my life is so much more free. Like I tell my friends all the time, they be like, "Oh, but they do this, but they do this," and I'm like, "Well, what are you doing? Now, are you doing the thing because you want to do the thing, or are you doing the thing because you feel like they're gonna say something about it?" Oh, because of the okay, well then you doing it for the wrong reason. If you're doing it for you, it's always I think gonna be the right reason because you, as long as you can lay down at night and you can live with yourself, you cool. And so I think for me, once I get that down in my life, in my relationships, everything, just do the things because that's what I'm cool with. Then I ain't got to worry about what nobody else saying. I won't be bothered by what people say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I like it. Well, the candles are done. We just gotta let them set. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna sit them, let them set for a little while. It's hot. Yeah, be careful. Welcome to another candle chat. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for my cousin for showing up. I love you so much. We had a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Till next time. Peace. That's it. We're done.